everyone, we are back with another video. Now this time, guess what? We are at question 42. Alright, so let's jump into it. Now the pie chart below, drawn to scale, shows how a student used 12 hours in studying English, math, French, and geography. The amount of time spent studying mathematics is approximately. Now, if you look at this diagram, no amount of hours has been allocated to math, English, geography, or French. So, of course, we have to do an estimation. Now, 12 hours has been dedicated to all four subjects. Now, let's see. Now, if we should cut this into 4 parts, then we will have quarters, 4 quarters. Now, if you look at mathematics, this is mathematics. Mathematics could be considered to be a quarter. All right. So a quarter of 12 is 3. So I could approximate this answer to be 3 hours. Okay. If you don't agree, feel free to comment down below. All right, let's move along to question 43. Now, if the mean of 4 numbers, 4, 8, x, and 12 is 10, then x is, now first we have to recall the meaning or the definition of mean. Mean is to find the average. So what I will do, I will add all 4 numbers, that is 4 plus 8. We don't know what x is, plus 12. All right, so since there are 4 numbers, I will divide by 4, and I know that the mean is equal to 10. That's all the information that I know. All right, so I can change 10 to a fraction by dividing 10 by 1, and I can, explore the concept of cross multiply, which I had introduced in a previous video. All right, so therefore 4 times 10 is equal to 40. All right, and on the left hand side I will still have the sum of 4 plus 8 plus our unknown x plus 12. All right, so what I can do, I can add the constant. 4 plus 8 is 12 and 12 is 24. So I can simplify the left hand side to have 24 plus x, and that is equal to 40. So remember, your equation must be balanced. So 24 plus x is equal to 40. We need to solve for x. All right, now currently on the left hand side, we have 24 being added to x. All right, so therefore we need to subtract 24 from both sides. So 24 minus 24 is 0. So I'm left with x on the left hand side. And 24 minus 40 is simply 16. So therefore x is equal to 16, and our answer is D. Moving right along to item 44. Now item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the result of a survey of 100 persons from 2 major ethnic groups, P and R. Respondents were interviewed about their attitude towards mathematics, and the results are shown here. A respondent is selected at random. What is the probability that he has a positive attitude towards mathematics? So looking at our table, these are the attitudes: positive, neutral, negative. P represents one ethnic group and R represents another. So we are concerned with the positive attitude towards mathematics. So for ethnic group P, we have 25 persons. For ethnic group R, 12 persons, which will give us a total of 37. So therefore, probability would be the 37 positive out of the total possible outcomes of 100. So therefore, our probability is equal to 0.37. Thus, our answer is B. Moving right along. Now, 45. Now, let's see what 45 has in store for us. Which of the following diagrams best illustrates a function? Now a function illustrates a one-to-one mapping. Now I'm going to move all the way down to D. One element in the domain matches the element in the range in all three cases. So therefore our answer is simply D. Moving right along. We are now at item 46. Item 46 refers to the following graph of a straight line. The straight line AB cuts the y-axis at, so definitely now we need to find out where this straight line crosses the y-axis. So this is the y-axis. Now the straight line would cross at this point. Now at this point, the y value is -2 and the x value is equal to 0. Okay, so our coordinates would be 0, -2, thus our answer is simply D. If you agree or disagree, feel free to comment down below. Alright, moving right along. So we are now at item 47. Item 47 refers to the following graph of a straight line. So here we have our straight line A to B. The gradient of AB in the graph above is, so how do we describe the gradient? Now, first we need to find the coordinates of A. So the coordinates of A, or we could use rise over run. I think that would be an easier method. So the rise is simply, so gradient of AB, let me call that M. The rise is 1 unit, 2 units. The run would be 1, 2, 3, 4 units. I can simplify 2 over 4, which has a common factor of 2, so I can get one set of 2 out of 2, and I can get 2 sets of 2 out of 4. So therefore, the gradient of AB is 1/2 or a half. So my answer is B. Moving on to question 48. Now, if a function fx is equal to 2x squared minus 1, then f of minus 3 is equal to. So what does this mean? This simply means that in this function, 2x squared minus 1, alright, I will simply substitute minus 3 for all value or all occurrence of the variable x. So what does this mean? This simply means that substituting minus 3 into the function, so I will have 2 in place of x. I will replace x with minus 3, but this value must be squared, minus 1. Alright, so let us simplify. Now I'm going to write 2, however, I will find the square of 3. Now, the square of -3 rather. The square of -3 is positive 9. Minus 1. 2 nines is 18. Minus 1 is simply 17. Wow, wasn't that great? So the answer is simply C. Moving right along. Now we are at item 49. However, items 49 to 50 refer to the following graph rather of a quadratic function. The values of x at the points where the curve y equals 4x minus x squared intersects the line y equals 0 are. Alright, so what is it that we need to find? The line y equals 0 is basically the x-axis. So, if this is the x-axis and we want to find the points where the curve intersects the line y equals 0, then if this is the curve and this is the x-axis, then the x-axis would cross at this point and at this point. So my values of x would simply be 0, so x is equal to 0, and x is equal to 4. Hooray! Alright, so therefore answer is A. Now the final question for this video, and of course we will continue on to all the way to question 60. Now the maximum point of y is equal to 4x minus 2 is, now the maximum would be the highest point on this graph, which would be in this vicinity or at this point. So I would read off the x value, which would be 2, and the corresponding y value is 4. So therefore, I can safely say that the maximum point of y is equal to 4x minus x squared is D. Alright, so there you have it. So we're almost there. Let's move on to the final lap when we will complete this paper. See you then.